For all those who don't know us, we are PEP.
Fellas, welcome to the 13th episode of Fresh Start Live with Fee and Pat, where the motto is, stay ready to keep from getting ready. I'm Pat.
And I'm Fee.
All right, fellas, so today we're talking about have a plan and stick with it.
So what was our plan today?
Our plan was to get back here in time to do this show, being that we both went to Dallas in two separate cars.
Yeah, so we both have to be up in Dallas today, and our plan was to do the Facebook, the Fresh Start Live, and we stuck with it. So even though I just got in about 30 minutes ago, and no agenda, nothing. So we're starting this thing from an empty sheet. It's pretty empty.
But I think with this topic, it's probably something that everything that we would have put down, it kind of stays in our head anyway.
All right.
With a plan. Yeah.
So here we plan a lot. Just talking about during the pandemic, we were kicked out of but we couldn't go back in prison. So we were making plan if we go back to prisons within a week, within a month, within 3 months, within 6 months, within a year. So how many plans have we scrapped and start over?
Probably no less than 7, 6. Yeah.
So what have you learned from creating all this plan that actually wasn't able to put it?
I think it's a direct reflection of life. You can have a plan, but be able to adjust. I heard something the other day that made me stop and think. You know how people always say only the strong survive?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was saying that it's not that the strong survive, it's not that the powerful survive. The people who are able to adjust are the people that survive. And I thought that was kind of spot on.
So the plan for us in the last 16 months was we planned to have plans. So we continue planning when all our plans don't work, or we couldn't execute them.
But I think the heart of each one of those plans live.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think at the heart of all of our plan was the whole agile mindset, and with everything constantly being recreated around that. So I would say the heart, if not the whole plan, maybe not, but the heart of kind of went to each plan.
What about your plan? You have a plan right now?
I do. I kind of just went back to the basics. Like I was telling you earlier, I just started the doctoral program, which was a part of a plan that I had 4 years ago. But because of all the chaos that was in my life, it was the one thing I had to set aside and say, you know what, I'll do this later. But now, like I said, I kind of went back to the basics. My priorities have changed. My focus has changed as far as, like even the things in my life is simpler now. So now is the right time to execute that plan.
So what brings you back to your plan? So you said you had a plan 4 years ago. What is it that brought you back to your plan?
Because it was something that I told myself I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 10 years ago. I said I wanted to do this. But because it wasn't a priority, other things happened in life. It kind of like it kept getting pushed back. But being that I'm getting older, and I don't know how many more days God have planned for my life, it was kind of like there's no better time than now.
Yeah. I was thinking about what you're teaching the guys inside, personal purpose. I mean, once you have a purpose or know your purpose, all your plan is really leading you to that purpose. Yeah. So that's a reason why you always come back to that plan, because it's your purpose.
It's crazy. I guess I was 35 before I really, I'm not going to say identify, but I say accepted my purpose. Because even when I was doing wrong, it lines up with what I do now, and that even then I was serving people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I was taking penitentiary chances, moving drugs, and all of that, but I was giving away all the money. You know, helping people, serving people, and now, you know, it's basically the same thing: being available, being present for people. So, you know, which for me, that helped me sleep good at night, knowing, you know what, man, I gave something to a person, even if it wasn't nothing but a word or ear or whatever, you know.
So you hear about the people are talking about to be successful, you have a plan, and then if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I think that's true. You know, though people who are fail, they do have a plan. They actually have a plan. So if you taking yourself out of your accountability community, you're making step to withdraw yourself from it slowly. Yeah. So you do have a plan to take yourself out of it. You have a plan to bring you back to relapse. You take all of those steps. You actually premeditated. You slowly remove yourself.
You didn't write them down, but you had them ingrained in your mind. You know, this is where comfort, this is where familiarity, this is where I'm going. You're right. You know, it's not if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, no, that part shouldn't even exist. And that's different. Thinking about plans, I know you have many plans because you make me think every day about different plans.
I'm working on my retirement plan. No, I'm just kidding. It's I couldn't believe I've been with PEP for 16 years. You know, June was like my 16 years with PEP. I mean, officially. You know, I came on to work for PEP when I first got out, but I got the job offer letter was in June.
Oh wow!
So. Yeah, I never planned. Well, actually, I do plan. I mean, I plan to leave PEP so many different times, but it wasn't. I'm still sticking to that plan.
So, in thinking about that, and thinking about we was talking about purpose. So, in thinking about planning to leave, is it that you don't feel you've reached your purpose? You don't feel your purpose, or your purpose still burning in you that make you keep putting that in the plan?
All these time, all my plan to leave PEP, it wasn't driven by my purpose.
Yeah.
So I planned to leave PEP because I say, okay, I hit a certain level. It's time for me to leave. But it's not like, hey, I fulfill my purpose, I need to leave. Yeah. So it could be the reason why I'm still here.
I don't know if you remember, but before you start tearing up my plans in the unit, when you used to tell me you had a desk, you had a spaceman at the end of your desk, and I was like, man, I'm not coming to Houston. And a lot of people didn't know my plan wasn't to come to Houston, but something happened about a month before I got ready to get out. My plan was to go to Georgia, but my aunt and uncle that I was going to, my uncle got sick, and they ended up moving back to Texas, and they went to Fort Worth. I didn't want to be in Fort Worth, and then it was like, you know what? Let me think about this Houston thing. And the crazy part about it, when I came here, remember, a lot of people didn't think I was going to be here longer than 6 months. I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, consider the environment. When you came to Open Door Mission.
Yeah.
Well, tell them a little bit about Open Door.
Open Door Mission was basically an open-style dormitory with PEP guys and guys who were in treatment and guys who were homeless.
Yeah, it's like a homeless shelter.
And you were sleeping face-to-face with people. But the thing about what made ODM bearable was the fact that we were all close-knit at ODM. It was probably like, I believe there was like 8 of us there when I was there. But we rolled together. We had a common movement, and we was all moving in the same direction though. But ODM was cool. I was thankful for them. $25 a week.
So when even though you have to modify your plan when you got out, what was the end result of your plan that you felt like you stick with it, you stay on top of it?
I think it goes back to purpose, because it was like there was meaning in what we was doing. There was, in relationships. I can't express relationships enough, because that was everything. The cold part about it, I hadn't even planned on relationships. But Tim when I first came to PEP, you know why I came to PEP? Cat challenged me. I was mad at Cat because I don't know if you remember, but I had sent y'all a letter, and I said I want to get in PEP, and they sent me a letter back saying you don't qualify. And it was like 3 weeks later, I was sitting in front of Cat and Chris, matter of fact. And Cat challenged me. Cat say, because I say, no, I think I'm gonna pass because I want to go to the master's program. Cat say, okay, so I tell you what, you give me 2 weeks. If you don't like it, I'll get you to the master's program. Man, that was but I realized, and I've shared this with people, I realized when I got there what the master's plan was for my life at that time. Mm-hmm. And that was right where I landed because I knew nothing about really being a healthy man. I'd learned a lot of stuff in school, but I realized that wasn't important, and it was engaging with men. And I didn't even have a plan for that. Like you say, don't have a plan, you have a plan. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a plan, but God had a plan for me by planting me in Hamilton, in the cell with Tim Hamilton at Hamilton, mm-hmm.
So what is your style? Some people say have a plan, talk to a lot of people about it, have a plan, keep it to yourself.
So with me, I'm more of a priority guy. Mm-hmm. I like to sit down and look at, okay, I need 5 things and prioritize them and focus on them and get them off. Do I talk to people about them? Yeah. Usually, though, crazy part about it, I usually talk to people after I've initiated them and start doing them. Kind of like I just told you about school. Mm-hmm. I had told Tim when I said I was going, and I told Courtney, okay, I signed up. So it's like I told people at different.
That thing called self-accountability. Because when you talk it out to people, you hold yourself accountable, and you have to execute on it.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. But
people who say have a plan and hold it to yourself. To some of the people that they afraid of criticism. So they don't want people to talk them out of it. They don't want to hear people say about it. But to me, if you have a plan, share it with people because if you're on the same route with them, 2 is also better than 1 because you have somebody to really cheer for you, encourage you. But then if you have a good plan for your purpose and they talk to you out of it, you hang around with the wrong people.
Right. And like you said, that level of accountability. I think a lot of people won't talk their plan because they want to give themselves a crutch mm-hmm. or one of those ways out if it get hard. I can just stop. I didn't tell nobody I was going to do this.
Yeah. So here's the ingredient. If the plan is fit your purpose and your purpose is noble, and then if you're sharing with people and you're afraid of them, talk you out of it or talk down you're with the wrong people.
Right.
So you should be surrounding yourself with people who you can comfortably share your plan, share your purpose with them. Yeah. Right. So with those things, all you have to do is just stick to it.
Yeah, and then if you ain't comfortable enough sharing them, maybe you shouldn't be doing them anyway.
All right. So for the past 2 weeks, you have a plan to take somebody on a blind date.
I did. I haven't met them, but I was glad you was here. I scheduled that today, so tomorrow it's going down. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow, but I don't know what it is about this one guy. But it's like something keeps telling me take him to lunch.
Yeah, I think your spirits are telling you the right things, and I'm totally agreeing with that. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and I hope something's beautiful come out of it.
Yeah.
So since it's a time for a weekly reconnaissance mission,
and we didn't plan, and we don't know who it is.
All right. We actually have Harvey save you.
Whoop, whoop.
We have a blind date.
Blind date.
And this guy name is Israel. Well, he looked really rough, but he looked exactly the same when he got out of, prison 3-4 years ago.
Heart of gold.
All right. So he's still the same Israel. And I don't even know who's blind date number 2 is. So
this is really a blind date.
You have a video of Israel. Just Roll it.
Good morning. This is Israel German, a.k.a. Winnie the Pooh. Hey, Piglet. Hungry. Want some honey? Haven't did that in a long time. The other day I went to go take out one of our PEP brothers to lunch. Gerardo Lopez. We had a good time. I've been very busy with my schedule, so it was good to just take some time out, go help a brother. Took him to a buffet, had something to eat. He told me his goals and his dreams. Hopefully I can help him with some of them, help him find some a better job that some of my friends do in construction. But all in all, I had an excellent night, excellent day. It's a blessing to be able to help people, and it's a blessing just to be able to go out and see a brother fresh out. 3 weeks. I've been out for over four years now, so it's crazy, man, to see the steps that we have to take to get out. It reminded me when I first got out, catching the bus and all that stuff. But it feels like years ago. It was years ago, but all in all, man, I had a great time. Hopefully I can help this brother out and be a blessing to him. And just thank y'all, PEP, for giving me the opportunity to help a brother out and show some love to them, man. Thank you.
All right, fellas, don't forget, you too can be a contestant on the blind date, and you don't even have to grow out your beard. So remember, reach out to your life caddy, contact Harvey. Contact me if you can't contact any of them, and we'll get you set up, man. Don't miss out on the opportunity to go out and be a blessing to one of these guys. You know, he may end up being a blessing to you. You never know.
All right, this time we have a special guest, and he is special. He's so special that we call him by several different names and didn't get the right name.
Yeah, but we finally got the right name. So without further ado, let's bring on our special guest, Mr. Felipe.
Okay.
I think that was the right name.
Yeah, it's the correct name.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, brothers? How you doing?
How you
All
doing?
right.
Oh, welcome.
Brothers, how y'all doing?
All right. So as you know, today our topic is having a plan and sticking with it. And
Yes.
we realized that you've had a plan, you've been working. But before we get to your plan, can you, in about 30 seconds, kind of outline what were the situations prior to your release that you were facing?
I was scared. I really didn't have a plan. Okay, when I first got out, Mikey, he's like, dude, just chill. Everything's going to work out just fine. The only thing I did know was that I wanted to fly straight, and I wanted to work. Okay. And I was hungry.
Did you have fines, child support, driver's license?
I did. I had child support. I had fines out of Montgomery County that were never ending. I mean, these fines were just back to back. I took care of all that. My license, I got my license, birth certificate, everything. I took care of all that.
So you planned for those things?
Not really. I didn't know about the fines until afterwards. I did plan on getting my license so I could drive and do what I needed to do the honest and legit way. That took me a course of about a year due to the pandemic and all. Right when I started trying to do the license and everything shut down. So it set me back. I got this job right here with Quality Cable 2 weeks, a week after I got out. And I've been with them since. I'm going on 3 years with them already. I rode the bus for a whole year straight. I'd get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go stand at the bus stop, go wherever they needed me to go, and come back home. Finally, once everything started kind of opening back up and everything, I was able to get my license. Got me a vehicle. As a matter of fact, I think you went and test drove with me. You went and test drove with me, so, you know, but
Let me ask you a few questions on the same topic that you just talked about. So, were you surprised that you got a job with your employer right now?
I was. I really was.
Were you expected to get that job?
No. We had another PEP brother named Greg Gross, and I had talked to him one day at E-School. I said, man, if you could, I told him, I said, I won't let you down. I won't, you know, if you could just, you know, talk to him, kind of put a word in for me too. He did as well. I went for the first interview, and they gave me a second interview. So when I went to the second interview, I spoke to Taryn, which is the owner. She's the owner, and we talked. I think I was in her office probably about an hour and a half. And my hands were sweaty. I was sweating. I was just scared, paranoid. You know, I didn't know what to expect. You know, this was very different from my previous lifestyle and how I used to live. You know, but yes, that was a shocker for me.
So you got the job. It was shocking for you. First day, showed up to work. What did you tell yourself? I mean, it's okay. I'm going to work here for a week. I'm going to work here for a month. I'm going to make myself a name here. What went through your mind?
First day at work, what ran through my mind was
Not exactly first day. It's just like the first week. What went through your mind since you just now got the job that you wasn't expecting for it?
I really didn't know what to expect. My first week was at the office. Mm-hmm. I went and built some racks all inside the warehouse out of wood because I had explained to her that that's what I did. I did a lot of carpentry work, you know. Then finally they ended up putting me out on the second week is when I was actually out on the field. And at first I didn't expect too much because I didn't know anything about data and fiber optic. Mm-hmm. And it was a little difficult for me. It was a little challenging.
So when did you realize that, hey, I'm going to stay here longer than I expected?
I'm going to say about a month.
A month?
About a month into it. I caught on pretty quick. I realized, I said, man, I really like this job, you know. I like my project managers, my coworkers. It was a whole different environment for me, and it was good. I liked it a lot.
See, most guys get their first job. This is the first job that you got since you got out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So most guys, their first job don't last, more than 2-3 months, right? You stay there for 3 years. So so after the first month, what do you say to yourself? Why were you there that long?
After the first month, they actually gave me $1 raise. Okay, they gave me $1 raise. They called me into the office actually, and they were like, hey, we have all the foremans here that you've worked for are talking highly about you. You have an opportunity to grow here. This could be your home. It's all up to you. I went home that evening and I thought about it for a while. I thought about it and I said, man, do I really want to do this, or do I just want to go back to making cabinets or doing what I used to do? And I thought about it and I said, you know what? This is actually a good industry. I said, there's a call for it out there. It's very much needed. Data, fiber optic, it's everywhere. So that $1 raise kind of helped me out to kind of just stay there, because I started off pretty low. I started off pretty low there. Mm-hmm. Within a year, I started off at 12. Mm-hmm. Within a year, I shot up to 20. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and not just the money, but I'm valued there. I'm valued. Mm-hmm. So that means a lot to me, They're always calling and checking on me. Hey, are you all right? Do you need anything? Or do you need anything for your home? Or is your vehicle good? I mean, just anything in general, or are you all right? Is everything going good in your life and whatnot? So they value me at work and they value me as a person, Mm-hmm. So that makes a big difference for me, Mm-hmm.
So what's your plan for that organization?
What organization?
Where you working at?
Honestly, I want to get it down to a T to start my own business.
Okay. That's a plan.
Trying
to get that 10,000 hours.
Yes. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, data and fiber optic is needed everywhere. My first business plan, when I first joined PEP, was custom cabinets. I actually made the semifinals with that competition, in that competition with my business plan. And I thought about that for a while, but like I said, this is actually it's actually pretty good, you know, and there's money to be made out there, and it's actually a good opportunity, not just for myself, but, hey, just like she's done it, I could probably help out future PEP brothers come out as well and let them learn.
So you weren't so married to that plan that you can't adjust and shift plans?
Oh, no. I mean, like you said earlier, you know, adjusting, you know, you got to adapt because every day, every hour, everything changes. So you got to know how to adapt to that, you know. And that's what actually gets you further, at least my opinion.
So stay with an employer for 3 years, maintain a healthy lifestyles, you know, for the last 3 years. What advice would you have for, you know, the people watching or the guys inside?
Okay, so fellas, for my fellow PEP brothers that are in there right now, brothers that I don't know, it's real out here. Temptation is out here, whether it's an addiction to alcohol, drugs, a lifestyle, women, whatever it is. The temptation is out here, but it's up to you whether you want to fall back into that temptation or you're going to be strong and proceed on where you're trying to get to.
Well, we really appreciate you stop by. I know you got off work, came over here. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yes.
So anytime you got free time, just stop by.
Absolutely. Will do.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it. Thank you, Fee.
All right.
Pat,
All right,
y'all
bro.
have a good one, all right?
Stay
Yes,
blessed.
sir.
So before we get into the next segment, let's acknowledge who we got at XCOM Fitness. We should have known you was in here. Mr. Willis, I see you. Journey of 1,000 steps begin with one. All right, Chinese proverbs. So, fellas, if y'all still with us at this point, y'all know that it's time for the PEP update. Inside, I'll address the inside. So this past week, we had 2 events on Friday. So we had a workshop on Cleveland where the guys pitched, and we brought it out, and the executive volunteers, 3 of them, I believe, looked at them and sent back feedback, which the guys are looking at. Esther's unit, we had the draft. Teams were drafted, and it just got real for them. So they're kind of excited about the direction that they're going there. And next week they'll be doing the workshop that Cleveland just completed, and Cleveland will be prepping for another one. Actually, how the videos, they say the videos are ready to come out tomorrow.
Okay. So, guys, right now we're making a lot of training videos. So we have training videos on product service offering, market
competition,
market strategies, market competition, differentiation, financial. If you guys want to get on the video and help us create these training videos, give me a call, give Pat a call.
Yeah.
Comment on the section.
Yes, sir. Come on in. We need some new talent.
Yeah, and we actually need guys who have businesses and actually speak about it. And that way we can build a richer library for our guys inside.
Man, PEP library, PEP content. So, since we're on the topic of plans, it's only fitting that our quiz be based around something same line. So, you know what, XCOM Fitness? I'm not gonna count you out this week. I'll let you in on this one as well. The Starbucks quiz is, what was the very first plan in PEP? BK, we see you. What was the very first plan in PEP? Let's see if XCOM Fitness will get this.
No, this is the plan that PEP have it in the curriculum that gets you to develop.
Yeah.
Right. So right now we have a lot of plan. You know, you go into Leadership Academy, you have your transportation plan, you have your housing plan,
career
you have your
plan.
employment plan, you have your relationship plan, you have your housing plan, right?
Yeah.
So, but there was one plan that we asked our participant to do while you were in PEP. What was the first one?
The first one, it came out of a need. It actually came out of a joking conversation.
Yeah, it came from Covington.
Yeah. Nobody want to try it. XCOM Fitness, you don't want to try it? What?
How about we just leave this open? Anybody who comment in the comment section what plan it is?
That's right. The first person that comment after we close this out, we got you. So, fellas, again, we thank y'all for joining us. We're looking for you next week. But remember, we're on a mission to celebrate 1 million stories. And with Felipe. I started calling him Abel earlier. With Felipe, we won. Okay, Brian Keller, we're one closer to that goal. Keep this in mind, though. Freedom demands responsibility, but responsibility demands accountability. So until we meet again, peace.
No, actually, if Brian got it right, he should take both you and I out.
That's
for
right.
Coffee.
That's right. Say, we'll catch you in the morning, Brian, to get that coffee.
All right. See y'all next week.